Hello everybody, and welcome to Greg's Vintage Workshop, where I'm working to restore history one piece at a time. Tonight we're going to be doing part 3 of the Crosley 635 Buccaneer radio, and we're going to continue on in the electrical restoration of it. Not sure how far we're going to get, but we're going to do what we can to make some progress, and so we'll just have to wait and see how far I get. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so it's been about 48 hours that these pieces have been soaking in the vapor rust, and I figured we'd take a look at them together. Now this stuff is not really caustic to your fingers, so I don't mind reaching in here and picking the stuff up. But as you can see, that is no longer rust. That has basically been converted to a rust-free coating that I can paint, and that's what I'm planning on doing with all these. Technically you need to rinse it all off, but they're nice and smooth. The rust is gone, and if it was really deep, you can see right there where like the darker black deposit is. That's still not rough, that's just from the vapor rust. Vapor rust works really well, but this stuff all needs to go upstairs and be rinsed off in my sink. So what I'll do is I will carefully pour all this back into my vapor rust jug it came out of using a funnel, and then I'll take the rest of it upstairs and rinse it all off and dry it all off and then I'm going to paint it. I've got this premium metallic chrome paint. I think that's what I'm going to paint them with. Obviously it never comes out looking that bright, but it looks pretty good, so I think that's what I'm going to use on these tube shields. I'll go rinse them off and paint them, and next time you see them they'll be all pretty. Okay, so this morning we're going to work on getting this tuning condenser out of here, and I've already taken there's 3 mounting screws, and I've already taken 2 of them out because they're very difficult to get to. They're interesting looking screws too. They're square head screws with a screwdriver slot, and the 2 I took out were very difficult to get to, so I went ahead and took them out ahead of time. But what I'm getting ready to do now is to try and remove this soldered on ground strap, and we're going to take out the big guns, the big Craftsman, in order to do that, and then we're going to take the antenna oscillator leads off down there with the other soldering gun. But let's see if we can get this thing heated up enough to get this off. I'm hoping it's not too, almost looks like it's crimped, but I don't know if it is or not. It might just be the way it looks. Hopefully we can get enough heat into this thing, maybe. And we're starting to get some heat now, it looks like. There it comes. So we got it, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it from this angle, but there's a tab right here, a metal tab that I've got the pliers on that is what that was crimped around. You can kind of see that. Alright, so that's loose. Alright, let's see if we can get these other 2 down here. Maybe. There's one of them. There it goes. Alright. So now all I should have to do is get that last screw out of there. As you can see, I put one of my end plates back on there so I could prop the thing up in the air. Let's see if we can get this flipped over in a way that we can get it off. Okay, so that other little screw is right down here. And it should be loose. There it goes. And there goes the screw too. I got it out. Let me get this moved out of our way and get my screw, which has decided to lodge itself in something down there. There it is, still flopping around. There it goes. Now, based on the other ones, which there's the screw, there's the lock washer. I was going to say, based on the two lock washers kind of went flying. So, and the screw and the lock washer. Alright, so here's the tuning condenser off there. I will go ahead and try and get this off of here. These are rivets, so I don't think I'm going to try and grind those off. I'll try and clean this with that on there. But not quite sure how that all comes apart, but we're going to figure it out, and then we're going to put it in my ultrasonic cleaner with some citric acid, see if we can get some of this rust and corrosion off of it. Looks like we got rubber mounts right through here that actually feel pretty good. I think that those would be reusable. But yeah, let me get this apart, and the next time you see it, it should look pretty good. Okay, so this is how the tuning condenser turned out. I'm very happy with it. Now, this spent about 2 hours in my ultrasonic cleaner, but it looks awesome to me, considering what it was. Hope you guys are seeing that. I am planning on putting a new gridley right here. I did have to drill a hole. I hate to do stuff like this, but there was no way else to get this apart. I drilled a hole here and a hole here because of the mounting screw on the back side that I couldn't get to. And the reason I couldn't get to it was, in order to get this off, which also has turned out awesome. Very happy with that. You had to get this off of here, and I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not, but if I can zoom in a smidge, maybe you can. There is like a set screw here, but it's got like a rectangular head and another rectangular head, one here. And I don't know if that's clear or not, probably clear as mud. But I couldn't get them off. I have no tool that will get those off. I couldn't get in there. The best I could do was some big heavy duty needle nose, and that wasn't enough. It just twisted there in there, so rusted tight. So what I had to do, like I said, was drill those two holes, because there was two screws. I thought I could do one hole in order to do both screws, but no, they didn't line up right. One was a different height from the center rotation than the other one. So, but we got it, and it looks good. I've done lubricated the ball bearing with some sewing machine oil, but I'm also going to throw a little bit of sewing machine grease in there too, just to make it that much better. So yeah, so we're at a good start with this. So now that we got the tuning condenser off of here, we really get a better look at really just how bad this radio chassis is here. And this is some hard sticking up rust, as you can see here. But I think I'm going to have to take a die grinder and hit this with like a roll lock disc or something. I've got like these roll lock discs. This actually would probably work pretty good for this, but they won't go in my die grinder. I have to use my air. I got like a little air grinder, but I might have to use that. I do want to get the transformer off. I do have the screws loose, but I haven't taken anything else loose. I do want to get the cans off here, but in order to do all that, we got to get underneath it. I'm probably going to just cut both of these pilot lamps off, because I think I'm going to rewire them anyway. Because what I want to be able to do is submerge at least like the first 1/4 of an inch into some evaporust after I get it sanded down. That's what I'm thinking. Now, whether I do that or not, I don't know. It's going to come down to whether or not I can get enough sanded off there, because I'm going to prime and fill in some of the really deep spots with some spot putty anyway. So I don't know. Right now, let's go ahead and flip this big guy over and see what it's going to take to get some of this stuff out. You know, I have a very nice chassis holder that I made a few years ago, and I should probably put this chassis in it. I'm just too lazy to do it right at the moment. So that transformer is in this vicinity. This is actually one of the nuts for it right there. That nut is loose because I already broke the screw loose. So let's just go ahead and see if we can get this off here. And then we can get this capacitor moved out of the way, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to leave one of the leads on it for the moment. Now, obviously, I'm going to use the schematics when I go to start replacing components to make sure we get things right. But we can move this out of the way for now. That'd be good. I will show you guys. I went and had some big schematics made today. Big 11 by 17 full laminated schematics, which would be much easier, so I can actually use some erasable marker on them if I want. And I got my parts list all big sized, and my alignment instructions all big size. My eyes aren't so great no more. And then I also had a couple paper copies done, because as I start changing components, I'm going to write them on here, just like the values I got for the coils and transformers. I'm going to put those on there as well. So right now I'm looking at the transformer itself, the wires, but those wires. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and mark those and cut those, because I think I'm going to redress them anyway, because those wires are feeling pretty brittle, and then I can get that out of there. Okay, so I got the power transformer up, and I'm actually quite impressed with how good the wires, the condition down inside here is. They've got wax on them. I'll probably add some additional wax to that to hold them in place, but then I'm going to lengthen the wires some. I'll probably cut them a little bit shorter and then lengthen them out. Down here we're getting too short anyway. So these were the secondary wires, and these are the primary wires, and some of the filament wires. It's pretty rough, as you can see, and I really don't want to take this apart, but I still got to get those screws out right there in order to get this off so I can get this off. So the cardboard here, I'm not planning on messing with that any more than I have to, because I really don't want to disturb the wiring down there. That stuff's 90 years old and I'm sure brittle as heck. As long as I stay out on the length of the wires, I think I'll be fine. But yeah, I got to get that apart so I can start getting it derusted. So the chassis is starting to look a little more bare. I think I'm going to work on getting this electrolytic capacitor out so I can get it apart and restuff it. And then I'm going to check these two IF transformers and make sure they're okay. And I'll go ahead and get those out. And then I'm going to cut the two pilot lamps off. So that should give me a bare chassis on the top so I can do a shallow soak in my Vaporust. So I'll bring you back when I get started on the electrolytic.